Welcome to another edition of My Opinion here on My Opinion TV. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and click the notification bell so as soon as a video is released, you'll be one of the first to be notified. On My Opinion TV, we talk about news, sports, general activities happening in and around the world, especially in Jamaica. Well, this morning we want to show you a firearm that was seized by the police in St. James in a place called Blood Lane in Norwood, St. James. These big M16s are roaming the streets of Montego Bay. Now you see why the bloodletting in that parish continues to rise. And if these machines are in the hands of criminals, you see why the police have a rough time ahead of them. The only good thing about these is that these persons carrying these machines are not as trained as the police. So whenever they come up into an encounter with the police, most times than not, they come out on the losing battle. But when innocent people face these criminals, innocent people who are defenseless face these criminals, then we know what's the end result. And it's not only innocent people alone. Even when they are having their gang feuds and are fighting for turf or fighting for spoils or money, and they encounter their accomplice or their rivals, stray bullets go all over the place because some of these men can't manage these machines, and these are the weapons that are creating havoc down there in St. James. Well, we commend the police for taking one more off the streets, and if you look good, the magazines seem to be loaded, so at least some former lives have been spared for now based on the fine. But we hope the police will find the perpetrators behind these. The persons who are responsible for these weapons will be located, and we hope the police will put an end to the arrival of these weapons. These weapons were not made in Jamaica, and the government has to come under some form of criticism as it relates to finding a way how to stop these weapons from arriving in the country. And we wonder, what is the purpose of our coast guards when these weapons continue to come in to the island? Because we understand most of these weapons are from Haiti, and they come into Jamaica and create serious damage because they fall into the hands of hungry criminals who go, as a matter of fact, sometimes you don't want to say hungry criminals because some of the time these guys, they have been doing their illegal activities, they have money, but at the same breath they are taking the lives of people and have caused fear and to drive across the cities. Wherever incidents have been happening by these criminals, they create problems. Spanish Town, Montego Bay, Rockfort, those are the areas and other areas in Jamaica where these criminals drive fear into residents. And we commend the police once again for taking this weapon off the street, so at least somebody or other person's lives was spared by this machine. And we hope in the coming days more weapons like these will be located. But difficult place right now. Montego Bay is really hot, and we commend the police for doing what they can do at this point to rid the streets of these weapons. But that's it as it relates to that story. Weapons found in Blood Lane in Norwood, St. James. Well, viewers, the next incident we want to talk about is a situation in Ligani. And as you will see on the screen, a Yeng bike with a police officer holding his gun. You see slippers in the street, and the police are reporting that one man was apprehended and searched and is now on the way for another following a reported shootout between police and would-be robbers in section of St. Andrew on Wednesday. Police report that about 11:45, two armed men on motorbike attempted to stage a robbery at the intersection of Old Hope Road and North Avenue when they were intercepted by the cops. A shootout reportedly ensued between the police and the gunmen before one of the would-be robbers was held and a Beretta pistol and the motorcycle seized. The other man, who is believed to have been injured in the confrontation, escaped. Authorities say they are currently conducting a search to locate the fugitive. But, another commendation for the police to act on this, but these Yeng bikes have been creating havoc in almost every community. Whenever you hear these bikes, it drives fear into law-abiding people because either they're pulling up to rob you or they're pulling up to shoot somebody. But it's just whenever you hear the sound of the Yeng bike, it's a devastating sound because person's hearts start to skip a beat because most times than not, a lot of wrongdoers take onto these bikes and do their damage. But commendation for the police, pressure on these men. You can see based on the picture that they ran out their slippers. But so many offenses have been committed by these men on Yeng bikes. We wonder when will the law be put in place to I don't know, maybe to stop these bikes. It's going to be difficult because a lot of men find jobs with these bikes by doing delivery work, delivering food, bearer jobs. So I don't know, but at the end of the day, these bikes are being used to commit serious and petty crimes across the country, especially in Kingston and the upscale communities. They ride around these bikes on these bikes, and as they see someone looks vulnerable, they pounce on the person, rob them. We even saw videos earlier going around where they ride up, drag people, but especially women. They attack the women, drag their bags from them, run a couple meters, jump on the Yeng bike, and make their escape. So we hope the police and the government will come together and find some law, something to stop these Yeng bikes, because it's an easy getaway tool for these robbers. But as I said, commendation again for the police. One firearm was seized and one of the culprit was held. So we know very soon, I guess the police will hold the next culprit, because once they apply pressure to one of the culprit, normally they'll squeal information about the other. But we need, as I said, we need to get rid of these Yeng bikes. They are a menace to all communities across Jamaica. And we saw the police, a specialized unit, police were on the scene monitoring the bike and doing whatever investigation they could do. But as again I said, in Montego Bay, big machine taken off the street, and in Kingston another machine taken off the street, and a would-be robber held. The other one escaped. But you can have your say in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and click the notification bell, so as soon as a video is released, you'll be one of the first to be notified. And you can check out My Opinion TV on Instagram at My Opinion TV. So until next time, be safe, be good, look out for your loved one, and also look out for your neighbor.